Hi you guys, it's Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with our weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness. And this week we are talking about something so important and so impactful to the health of your body and your space, but it is something that we often kind of gloss over. That is your pillow. So you know that I talk a lot about creating a sleep sanctuary, a place where your body can fully heal and restore after being in our toxic world. It's a place that we want to keep as low toxin as possible. And one of the best and most impactful ways that you can change your space for not a lot of money is changing out your pillow. So if you think about your pillow, your head is right next to it, you're breathing in a lot of the toxins that are in the foams that are in pillows nowadays all night long. So if you're sleeping for 7 to 8 hours a night, that's 7 to 8 hours that you are exposing yourself to this particular toxin. Now, in contrast, if you were to switch it out and bring in a low toxin pillow or even a completely toxin-free pillow, imagine what you could do for your health and wellness in that 7 to 8 hour period where your body can detox all of the other toxins that you've come into contact with and be in a healthy and safe environment. So a lot of times we focus on our mattress and we get really hung up because it is a very costly thing to swap out. A lot of times it's very difficult to research because you want to make sure you're getting the right mattress for what your body needs as well as what your budget will allow. But you can actually make a huge change by just swapping out your pillows. So we're going to talk about all of the toxins that we want to avoid when it comes to our pillows, and I'm going to share with you how to shop for a toxin-free and low-toxin pillow. I'm also going to cover toddler pillows because I know those little ones have pillows too, and a lot of times they're smaller, so it's a whole different thing that you're going to be looking for. So let's dive right in.
So I have talked about how much I adore sleep, and for good reason. Sleep is really a great way to support your immune system, as well as so many other systems that need downtime to restore and function properly. But to be honest, in our fast-paced society, sleep can sometimes be a tricky thing. More of us are sleeping less and not getting quality sleep on a regular basis, and it's not the one random night of poor sleep that affects our health, but it's the constant night after night poor sleep that really begins to take a toll on our bodies and our systems. Harvard's studies on sleep actually tell us that the cost of poor sleep is much greater than people think, and it eventually leads to increased risk of chronic diseases. So often we treat sleep as a luxury, but really it needs to be a priority for our health in preventing a number of chronic medical conditions. In fact, a more recent study shows that the more deeply we sleep, the more our brains efficiently get rid of waste and toxic proteins. So how do we get a good night of uninterrupted sleep? I mean, honestly, there are multiple things. The one we're going to focus on today are our pillows. And the reason that I like focusing on pillows is because it is a very cost-effective change that we can make, but it's very impactful. So pillows are one of those things that we are in close proximity to for a long period of time. We are breathing right next to it. We are laying on it. So with the constant contact of different toxins, our body doesn't get the actual rest that it needs because we are experiencing body burden, which affects many other systems in our body, our skin, our nerves, our lymphatic system, and specifically addressing pillows means that we are focusing on an easier swap for our sleep sanctuary. A mattress, on the other hand, can be a really big purchase, and a lot of times we don't jump to replace it. But pillows can be replaced quite easily and quite inexpensively, and so it's a great place to start when you're reducing toxins in your bedroom. So first I want to address greenwashing. So if you don't know what exactly greenwashing is, essentially it's products using terms like green, organic, natural on their packaging, but it's not 100% true. So a pillow may say organic, but it may only be referring to the casing of the pillow. It may say natural, but it only refers to one tiny part on the inside, not the pillow in its entirety. So grabbing something because it either is made to look like a healthy choice or because it says something like eco-friendly really isn't the best way to make a purchase. A lot of these terms aren't regulated at all, and anyone can put whatever they want on their packaging. So instead, what we're going to look for are some really good materials. So the first thing that we're going to look for, all of these, just keep in mind, we want to be organic. So we want the pillow to be organic as a whole, not just components. So cotton, wool, buckwheat, natural latex, and kapok. These are all natural materials to hunt for, and we want them to be organic if possible. So cotton is naturally breathable and naturally resistant to bacteria. 100% organic cotton is grown and harvested without any sort of chemicals or pesticides, and it's great for anyone who wants a really soft pillow. So wool is naturally an insulator. It's also fire and water resistant and naturally combats mold and mildew. There's one other benefit that we often don't know about, and it's dust mites don't actually like wool very much. So it's great at preventing dust mites. Buckwheat hulls are usually what we find in pillows. It's a really great option for anybody with allergies. So the way the hulls lay, it's a really breathable option for a cool and dry pillow. You can also find natural latex. So this is made from rubber trees, and it's good for a pillow that keeps its form. It has a bit of bounce to it, but it's also 100% biodegradable. And then finally, kapok. This is derived from a tropical tree. The soft fiber is called silk cotton, and it makes a great alternative to down or polyester pillows. And you can also look for third-party certifications. These are going to be kind of your best friends to get started when shopping without having done a lot of research. So the GOTS certification, this is the Global Organic Textile Standard. It's one of the better certifications to look for. It actually ensures that the material and process for manufacturing are all in order. Another really good certification to look for is GOLS. So this is if you're buying a latex pillow. The Global Organic Latex Standard is going to make sure that it is pure latex and it is being manufactured in a non-toxic way. Then we also have the Ecotech standard. This tests the materials used in a product for hazardous chemicals. They test the product at various stages of production to ensure the health and safety of the finished product. It's definitely not the best certification, but it is a good starting spot. And then finally, we have the GreenGuard Gold certification. So this looks at VOCs, formaldehyde, and other chemicals in the product. The GreenGuard Gold certification is pretty strict with the levels of chemicals that they allow in a finished product. So now that we know what to look for, let's look at what we're trying to avoid in our pillows. So first and foremost, flame retardants are in a lot of polyurethane foams that are used in pillows. This chemical is added to pillows, and it's not completely necessary this day and age, but they do cause a lot of problems when we're laying on them all night. Problems with thyroid and brain development in children are just a few examples in children and adults. We also want to avoid pesticides. So anything like cotton that is grown in a field, traditional fabrics are generally grown using pesticides. So pesticide residue can still be present in a finished product, which is very harmful to humans. Formaldehyde is a preservative, and it's also used to keep fabric smooth and wrinkle-free. It's actually added to many foam pillows and foam cushions. So the problem with formaldehyde is that it's a known carcinogen, and again, we're sleeping on this and spending long amounts of time in contact with this toxin, essentially. We also want to avoid polyester. So polyester is an artificial fabric. It's used in a lot of pillow fillings, and it's a type of plastic essentially made from petroleum, and it emits harmful chemicals when it is broken down. And then finally, perfumes and deodorants. So to be honest, anything that isn't organic or a natural scent, we should probably be avoiding all the time. Most of the time, deodorizers and scents that are added to anything are actually there to cover up a chemical smell from other components that are toxic. So you want to opt for something that doesn't have any sort of scent or added fragrance, or that claims to remove scents or prevent them. And then a final reminder for your pillows. So we want to make sure that you're getting a pillow that is going to stay dry or dries out quickly. This will help prevent bacteria, mold, or mildew from taking hold of those organic fibers. You also want to invest in a protective cover, and we're going to look at that next. I have some recommendations on my blog post this week. You also want to air out your pillows frequently. So putting them outside for a while, putting them in front of a window, just getting air circulating through those pillows is going to help reduce bacteria, mold, and mildew, keep them dry, and get rid of any sort of mite that could get on the pillow. And then finally, extreme heat, like a dryer, or extreme cold, like a freezer or outside in the winter, can help kill any dust mites that have harbored themselves in the pillow. And let's go ahead and peek over at the blog post, and I will show you all of my recommendations for Healthy House approved pillows.
So as always, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel because I am here every single week with new videos and new ideas on how to create an indoor space that supports your health and wellness rather than burdens it down.